y'all. I'm Susan at the Hillbilly Chicken Ranch. This is Homestead Happenings, episode 19. Grab something warm to drink and find a cozy chair. We are in the final Christmas countdown. Just a few days till Christmas arrives. In this episode, we will discuss mastering simple Christmas hosting, the open door. Today, we are cutting through the stress of holiday hosting. We are rejecting the Pinterest perfect $1,000 Christmas party and embracing the open door spirit. The open door is all about having genuine connection, not flawless execution. Hospitality is about giving people a piece of yourself, not performing for them. Perfection is the enemy. My mom was a perfectionist. Everything had to be like a showcase home. The floors were spotless and shine like looking glass. Everything was set perfectly. She had her desserts ready for the guests to stop by. She always worried that she wasn't good enough, the house wasn't a showroom model, and we weren't dressed in our Sunday best. It was a fear of my mom to fail at presenting the perfect family and home. What my mom did was offer a stiff, rigid schedule household. She would be upset if the pie crust was overcooked, or if the cake failed, or maybe the chocolate oatmeal cookies didn't set. As a child, I could feel her worries about it all. But what she didn't know was that imperfect mom was all I wanted or needed. She was embarrassed at the imperfect self-image. I really think that Hollywood overdoes the perfection in Christmas dramas, don't you? Mom's self-doubt would peek through in my young child's eyes. Hard as she tried, our family was an imperfect lot too. But we were well-dressed and lived in a modestly decorated home. We weren't poor in my young mind. We were rich because we were family. Mom never let us portray being poor by any means. The house was neat and tidy, and so were we. I carried the burden of perfectionism into my early adulthood. Then the children came. It was a hard cycle to break, let me tell you. But break it I did because I was not happy being a carbon copy of my mom's perfectionism. I've always been a creative and rather sloppy person at heart. Oh, I still worry about my home not being good enough or clean enough, but I've learned to let things go. One of our best friends said it best. You live here, don't you? Well, yes, we live here, and our home looks lived in. And it's okay to have a home that is lived in. Over the years, I have hosted many gatherings, and I love playing the part of a hostess. Some things I have learned along the way is to prepare ahead of time all the food to be served, reheat if necessary, but to enjoy the friends and family gathered together. If I'm stressing over something, my guests won't feel at home. They will be stressed too, and that's not what either of us want. So I aim for simplicity so we all can enjoy our time together. The rule of threes or less. Don't attempt too many courses or complex recipes. Instead, focus on one-star dish. Food should be appetizing but not overwhelming with choices. The crock pot is your friend. The crock pot or a Dutch oven can hold a hearty meal and simmer all day. In fact, I love using crock pots with multiple compartments because it can hold appetizers or sides. 90% of my prep is done a day in advance. Using a self-service bar is your friend. Think taco bar, baked potato bar, charcuterie board. Let your guests assemble their own plates, minimizing your plating work. Keep the beverages simple as well. Always offer water or a festive punch like hot apple cider. fresh made iced tea and coffee, or hot chocolate, or a homemade custard or eggnog to drink. If you don't have time to bake, you can always buy a cake or pie. Keep it simple, again with personal touches of whipped cream or a dusting of powdered sugar. You don't need a huge budget. Some of my best parties were done cheaply with little effort on my part. To add ambience, you can do a simmer pot. One of my new favorites is things in my spice cabinet like cinnamon sticks, star anise, cloves, bay leaves, and nutmeg. These come together with a lovely fragrance that is calming yet invigorating at the same time. Use what you have on hand. And you can always put in orange slices, cranberries, or apples into the simmer pot for an added aroma. Festive candles can be nice on your table setting. Avoid using overpowering scents, though. To create ambience, dim the overhead lights if you have a dimmer switch. Use lamps, Christmas lights, and candles. The real ones are the battery operated. These will give off a soft, warm glow that is welcoming. Soft music is another layer you can easily add to welcome guests and set the mood. Create a playlist before the party with instrumental music. Let it play softly in the background for the first hour while your guests arrive, and then transition to a more upbeat music later on. Keep centerpieces simple and natural, using pine cones, evergreen sprigs, and some pillar candles that is more impactful than expensive floral arrangements. Keep it natural and low so guests can talk over it. Don't be afraid to include guests in participating in serving, taking coats, or just greeting everyone. The open door strategy empowers guests who naturally want to help the hostess. Embrace it and take some of the load off of yourself. Such prompts as, please take your coat off here and grab a beverage for yourself over there. The appetizers are ready. Would you mind setting the platter on the coffee table? Design zones. Have a clear spot for coats. We usually designate a guest room for coats, a clear path to the bathrooms, an area for beverages and food. Clutter creates anxiety. Mix and mingling. Introduce your guests to one another with an interesting fact about each one. Like, Sarah, meet Frank. You both have a love for classic movies. What's your favorite Christmas film? Have containers ready for leftovers to be distributed before the party starts. Invite your guests to take home the leftovers. Make sure to thank your guests for coming. Another area you may want to add to your party is room for dancing, or maybe your guests like to play the piano or guitar. Invite them to play or sing. Or maybe your guests enjoy games like board games, cards, pool, or charades. Be ready to include fun activities. Maybe have them drop snow into jars blindfolded, using cotton balls and a bucket or a largemouth jar. Find something fun and entertaining. If you are including a Dirty Santa game, have each guest bring a small ornament wrapped in a pretty package. We use the Christmas pickle in this game. Whoever ends up with the pickle gets a gift from the hostess. This game allows for 2 steals of one gift, where the other recipient gives their gift to the person they steal from. Use numbers for the order in which every person gets to play, or maybe ask the guest to bring a donated item for your favorite charity. Maybe it's the NICU unit at the local hospital, St. Jude, or the local food pantry. These are inclusive ways to have fun and give at the same time. Using paper plates is great for easy cleanup, but pulling out your grandma's best dishes make it fun and a reminder of how she loved hosting too. Don't be afraid to use that china or serving dish. We often decorate with vintage items that feel warm and welcoming. Our Christmas story today is from the King James Version Bible, Matthew chapter 2, verses 1 through 3. Now when Jesus was born in Bethlehem of Judea, the days of Herod the king, behold, there came wise men from the east to Jerusalem, saying, Where is he that was born King of the Jews? For we have seen his star in the east, and are come to worship him. When Herod the king heard these things, he was troubled, and all of Jerusalem with him. When they had heard the king, they departed, and lo, the star which they saw in the east went before them till it came and stood over where the young child was. When they saw the star, they rejoiced with exceeding great joy. And they were come into the house. They saw the young child with Mary his mother, and fell down and worshipped him. And when they had opened their treasures, they presented unto him gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. The symbolism of the gifts. The Magi brought 3 distinct gifts, each traditionally understood to hold a deep symbolic meaning regarding the identity and purpose of Jesus. Gold represents the kingship on earth. It was a gift for the monarch. By presenting gold, the wise men acknowledged Jesus as King of the Jews, the long-awaited King of Israel. Frankincense represents the divinity of priesthood. Frankincense is a costly aromatic gum or resin that was burned as a fragrant offering in the Jewish temple worship. It symbolizes prayer and the presence of God. By presenting frankincense, the wise men acknowledged Jesus as divine, worthy of worship, and a high priest. Myrrh represents humanity's suffering and death. Myrrh is an aromatic resin used for embalming and is used as an anointing oil for the dead. By presenting myrrh, the wise men prophetically acknowledged Jesus' humanity and his eventual sacrificial death, which is for the salvation of the world. The gifts were unique, prophetic, and summarized Christ's identity as King, God, and suffering servant. Our videos drop Monday through Friday once a month, live stream every third Thursday at 11 a.m., and podcast are every Tuesday at 6 a.m. Central Standard Time. I want to thank everyone who has prayed for our monkey kitty. I'm happy to say he is back to his normal, mischievous self and eating again. In closing, your hosting challenge this year is to choose one thing that you're going to skip, like making a fancy dessert, polishing silver, or sending invitations, so that you can dedicate that saved time to be present with your guest. Remember, when people walk into your home, they aren't scanning for dust or judging your cooking skills. They are hoping to feel welcome and share joy. Open your door, open your heart, and let the rest be simple. In comments, please tell me your simple hosting ideas. You can tag me on X, Instagram, or Facebook, or send me an email at thehillbillychickenranch@gmail.com with your favorite low-stress holiday meal recipes. Whether you are hosting a holiday party or attending one, remember that the most valuable gift you can give is your presence, a genuine smile, and a willingness to connect with others. Merry Christmas from our house to yours. Be blessed and a blessing. Here's some content I think you might like. Thank you for visiting our homestead. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, hype, and share to help our small channel grow. See you next time for more simple living, frugal tips, and farmyard fun.